What's up, guys? Mole here with another vid from Mole's Mind. I'm just on go right now. You know, kind of been in the same mode, but I'm just on go. Just letting the thoughts flow. The four legs of a table, the foundation. The four legs of a table of any practice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure the legs are proper before you hold up anything. Right? So this is just something that I've been realizing on my journey and I want to share. The four legs of any practice, the foundation of any practice, is consistency and discipline, efforts, and intentions. Now, let's start with the first two legs, consistency and discipline. Now, consistency and discipline go hand in hand in a certain way. No, in a way, they do, right? Because if you are being consistent in something, then you technically are being you have a discipline in whatever it is that you're doing on a regular basis because you're doing it consistently, so you are disciplined. And if you are disciplined enough to do something on a regular basis, then the end result will be you being consistent. So those two go hand in hand. It's like it sounds like self-explanatory, but it's just one of those simple things that kind of helps form and paint the bigger picture, if you understand what I'm saying. So consistency and discipline. You got to be consistent in whatever it is that you're doing, and you have to have discipline in whatever it is you're doing, because whatever it is that you're doing is not going to hold up if you're not disciplined and you're not being consistent, right? So let's look at the other legs, efforts and intentions. You see, for the longest time, I always thought that it was all about consistency and discipline, but it really kind of comes down to the efforts and intention that really hold everything up, because it's like, okay, what are my intentions for the day? How much effort am I going to put into this craft? Like, is it a positive intent? Is it a negative intent? Is it proper intentions? Is it improper intention? Why am I doing what I do? What is my intention of doing this? What is the point? What's the point? Why am I doing this? And why should I put effort into this? Why should I put any energy into this? Dig what I'm saying? And I had to learn this through my own journey and my own understanding spiritually, things like that, if you're not setting the right intentions, the other stuff is not going to matter. How are you going to be disciplined in something if you're not setting the right intentions and not putting the effort behind it? So, like, if it wasn't a table, it would be like a ladder. Because it's like, okay, which comes first, efforts or intentions? Intentions or effort? You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's look at it like this. Let's work it together. Intentions, then effort, consistency, and discipline. That's how I see it. Because, like I said before, with discipline is going to show in the end about, how consistent you are. So in reality, however consistent you are will show how disciplined you are. you know. But back to intentions and efforts, just understanding why you're doing certain things will kind of change what you're doing. You kind of have to find a why. And sometimes it's hard to find a why. You know, like sometimes like for example, people's kids are the why they do what they do on a regular basis. Or family, things of that nature, things that matter to them, things that they hold in their heart nearly and dearly. Pardon. It's all about why. Right? It's all about the why. It's all about the intent that you set to go forth and do what it is, to put the effort in, so you can even start being consistent in something. Because, like, all right, if you don't have anything to put any energy into, how are you going to be consistent in anything? Right? Just making sense of what I'm saying here. This is the foundation. This is how I'm looking at it now. You know, I found it's like pieces of the puzzle, me embracing my journey and learning that that these are the things that come into play, and these are the things that are necessary. Efforts, intentions, consistency, discipline. And once you just have that discipline, and once you have your why, and once you're on go. You're on the right path. You understand? Like for me, for example, you know, with my outlets and my hobbies, music, things like that, I had to understand why I'm doing what I do. I had to kind of come back to that, because we can always know what it is, but we can get lost in the sauce and kind of stray away from what it is that we're really doing. So, finding the why and the intention sometimes helps in the first step of, all right, let me start doing what I know I should be doing again, finish what I started, you know, things like that. It helps when you figure out your why. And sometimes, even when you have your why, it's like, why bother? Then you're really like, oh, what is life then at that point? But then if you take the time to really understand certain things, a lot of the times we are just in service. You know, the music industry is the service industry. Customer service. Glorified customer service. You pay, I entertain. That is the bargain. Everything else is kind of extra. That's if you want to really put that much more energy into it, and if you got it, go for it. And if you can provide that, go for it. Shoot, y'all gonna see me. But it's like, I'm just making sense of what I'm saying. That's all. You know, this is all free thought. I'm not really writing things down and you know, having certain notes. This is just me having an idea. I write that idea down, and I go on about doing it. Like, even with these videos, how do I expect to get anywhere or to reach anybody if I'm not being disciplined and I'm not being consistent? I'm not really putting any effort in because I don't really understand what my intentions are with it. So if I remember what my intentions are, or, you know, if I remember what my intentions are and I stand on that, then I'll actively put the effort in. Once I'm actively putting the effort in, then I'll end up being more consistent about it, and or be a little bit more disciplined about it. And then once I'm a little bit more disciplined and or being consistent, then I can be more consistent. You know what I'm trying to say. You know, I kind of mixed it up there, but you know where I was going with that. Intentions, effort, discipline, consistency, or however you want to go. It's all about these first two legs, though. It's about any practice. You want to start working on cars. Why? You want to learn how to do videos. But why, though? You know what I'm saying? It's the intention, proper intention. If you have pure intentions, a lot of the stuff that comes around it is not going to matter. You just have to push on, press on. You know, so yeah. I like this one, yeah. It felt good. It felt good. Free thought. Like I'm saying, this is me basically putting into practice what I'm trying to tell you right now. And if I'm not practicing when I'm preaching, what does that say about me? See what I'm saying? Like, I've been inconsistent, so I'm not being disciplined. So that shows that I'm not putting enough effort, and I'm lost in the sauce about my intentions. Don't get lost in the sauce about why you're doing what it is that you're doing. All that other stuff is not going to matter when you have pure intentions. Can't stress that enough. It's a whole another law of the universe type of thing. Cause and effect. So, quick recap. One more time. It's for the people that wasn't paying attention. Intentions, efforts, discipline, consistency. These are the 4 legs of the table of foundation to whatever it is that you're doing. It's a table. And you can put whatever it is else that you want to put on that table once you have those 4 things. Trust what I'm saying. I think that's it. I haven't said this yet. Like, share, subscribe if you are liking any of these videos, if you're resonating with any of these messages I'm giving you. You know, I read a lot of self-help books, so I guess this is in turn what I do, just try to help self, because, you know, reflections. But thank you for tuning in. It's been another episode of Maul's Minds. See you next time.